In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Well, some few days back, some students sleeping in their hostels or outside rented apartments were abducted by some bandits. That remains the great concern of every serious government. And Zamfara State has security as first, topmost priority in the 6 smart agenda of the present administration of Governor Dauda Lawal. That has become the concern. And what is expected from all well-meaning Nigerians, government institutions or individuals, is efforts to rescue the victims of this dastardly act of banditry against the students. Unfortunately, we have come to be hearing issues of people coming in the state to negotiate with the bandits. And Zamfara State government is fair enough to say that it is smelling a rat about people coming in to engage in negotiating with the bandits without recourse to the state governor, who is constitutionally the chief security officer of his state. And the government did the needful. You have had the interviews granted by the senior special assistant to the governor on media and publicity, Suleiman Bala Idris, where he made it clear that the federal government should clarify issues of this kind of negotiations by some individuals that are coming into the state to do without the knowledge of the government, asking for clarification. I think the government of Zamfara State under Dr. Dauda Lawal has been fair and very, very wise in asking for that kind of clarification. And I think in less than 48 hours, there was a swift response from the Minister of Information saying that the government is politicizing security issue. By common sense, we should expect at least a thorough investigation. A government of the state has raised an alarm that some people are breaching constitutional provision of going into negotiation with the bandit after it has made it categorically clear that it will not enter into any dialogue with the bandits. You know, giving reasons for that. During 2 administrations of the past, negotiations were opted for to see if it could do away with banditry and criminality in Zamfara State. All those efforts, if they were made sincerely, did not record any success because the so-called dialogue did not bring back the peace of the state. So the government now asked for clarification from the federal government. The expectation is that the government will make thorough investigation, find out who are those agents, who are those individuals or agencies, and explain whether or not they are doing the right thing or not. But we have just heard that they debunked the allegation that there is no government agency making any negotiations with the bandits on behalf of the federal government. That is one of the clarifications. If you say that there is no agency of the federal government engaging into negotiations, then what next is to find out the report and then investigate who are those people negotiating with the bandits on behalf of the state government and without the knowledge of the chief security officer of the state.
So the state government has evidence to substantiate such claim.
If you listen to the last response by the SSE, he has actually made it clear that Zamfara State has enough evidence to prove that there is that negotiation going on. And the suggestion is that the federal government should partner with the state government to find out who are those, because they debunked that allegation that they don't have any agent negotiating with the bandits. So who are the agents? That's the question.
So it is now clearly clear that there is a rift between the state government and the federal government fighting insecurity in the state.
Well, I may not call it a rift, but I will call it a communication gap. There must be a communication gap there. Because the clarification is like impliedly given, saying that there are no agencies. doing that? And if there are no agencies, then who are those? Because there are reports around Bini Magaji, around Maradun, around some other areas that negotiations are ongoing. And the state government has repeated time without number that all avenues for dialogue have been explored in the past and they did not yield any positive result. And this time around is to face the bandit squarely as the last resort. And I think Dr. Dauda Lawal has demonstrated enough ability to do that. He has demonstrated enough commitments. You can see from the inception of the government, he has been going around from one security agency to the other in the federal capital, meeting the security chiefs at the federal level and maintaining a regular security council meeting with security chiefs in the state to ensure that this menace has come to an end. This is in addition to his promise to recruit, about 4,300 or so local vigilante force that will, civilian JTF, to help in complementing the effort of the security agents. I think he has demonstrated enough zeal to secure the people of Zamfara State in line with his mandate, number one, of giving back the state the safety they require.
And how long is civilian JTF going to start their role?
Well, it is about security. And whatever is about security takes a serious pattern. Security agents know how to go about that. You cannot just bring someone from the street and they make him a security overnight. They have to undergo a series of trainings. They have to learn a lot. They have to unlearn a lot. They have to undergo a lot of moral sensitivity test to be able to fit in to the new approach. Other states like Maiduguri or Borno State has tested that model of engaging civilian JTFs and they have really succeeded. So we hope with goodwill and with support from all well-meanings and for the people and Nigeria, this thing can be conquered.
Addressing this problem requires sincere collaboration between the state government. How could that be achieved?
Yes, if we look at the Nigerian Constitution, it is the responsibility of the government to provide security to its citizens. A government at each level will secure the people at its own level. The federal government, the state, local government have specific roles to play that they need to do in a synergetic manner. This means that when you do it in a fragmented manner, this will go this way, the other will go the other way. At the end of the day, you will not get the headway to the root cause of our problems. And if you look at the situation of insecurity in the state, it has hampered our economy, it has hampered our education, it has hampered our well-being, it has touched our health sector. By the time the governments put themselves together, I think as soon as the state is secured, other sectors will naturally spring up and bring overall development of Zamfara State.
And how ready is the state government to collaborate with the federal government?
In terms of collaboration, the government is ready to collaborate with the federal government or any individual. But the point is, negotiation with the bandit at this point in time is not an option that the state government, Zamfara State, is looking for. And it has taken that decision in its last, Security Council meeting. What do I call it? In the last State Executive Council meeting. That is the stand, and that stand has not changed. But the state is open to contributions, legitimate contributions, legal contributions from anybody in terms of intelligence, in terms of support, in terms of suggestions. That door is open. But negotiations with the bandit is not the option this time around, as far as Zamfara State is concerned.
Thank you so much.